This is the moment you have been waiting for. It's time. The 44th episode of Talk Shit or Get Off the Pod. Talking shit in the blue corner. A seasoned podcaster with an undefeated record. The undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. Talking shit out of Dallas, Texas. The number one ranked podcaster, Joseph the Black Murphy Brown Huggins. And then it's your boy Andrew Schultz, aka Mr. Goody Two Shoes. Welcome, you motherfuckers.
I did not see that coming. I was like, what is going on?
I told you, bro.
I was taking a sip. It got really loud in my ears in like 2 seconds. I was like, what the fuck is going on right now?
I told you I had a surprise, but then I also thought about how it was going to get loud in your headphones. So then I was like, should I tell them? And I was like, nah, fuck it. And then I was also hesitant, or I didn't know if I was going to be able to sell it as loud because like I was like practicing it, but I'd be like, in the blue corner, like that loud. And I'm like, well, no, that's not going to work. So
Braids, I hope Braids is out of the house. I was like, I hope he's not there. He's about to bust out with less clothes than the last time he made a guest appearance on the show. That's right, Braids. We saw you walk around in the back. Shirtless.
I know, but
thick boy summer.
But yeah, so did my ex roommate in Santa Monica. He was doing the same shit. Yeah, I don't think you just didn't notice.
True. No, I did notice a couple times. I was like,
well, welcome to episode 44, y'all. Talk shit and get off the pod. Joseph, how are things?
I'm doing all right, man. That was an epic entrance. That was a good Michael Buffer impersonation too. That was pretty good. But yeah, man,
I did research on it. I watched like at least 45 minutes of Michael Buffer. Or is it Michael Buffer or Bruce Buffer?
Oh, is it Bruce Buffer?
Maybe. I mean, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't. I think it's.
Even though I watched 45 minutes of them today because I got a notepad. So I was like, okay, how does this guy do it?
Yeah, I was like, what is going on? And then when you said undefeated, I was like, damn, dude, all right, like I love you, you're my friend. Undefeated, like you're pushing it about yourself. So I thought you were talking about yourself that entire time. It didn't even click. I was just like, damn, bro, you're going off. I want to hear what he says about me. This is epic.
I thought about doing one for myself, and then I was just like, it'd be funnier if I just like just did it for you, and then just introduced myself very mildly, and then we just moved on.
Yeah, no worries, man. How are you?
I do it for the jokes on me.
Yeah.
I'm good. You know,
good, man.
In there like swimwear. Yeah. As we do, we start with therapy questions. Therapy question number 1, Joseph. Is it okay for you to hit on someone at a funeral? Spit game at someone at a funeral?
I wouldn't say it's necessarily totally against the rules, but I mean, I think it's in bad taste. You know? Like, it's in bad taste. But I mean, I'm sure because, I mean, I can't say I was ever hit on at a funeral, but I'm sure it happens. Like, that joke has to come from somewhere, right?
Yeah, I mean, is it still in bad taste if it's an open casket?
Yes, definitely. Yes, you should leave. You should not even be there. You shouldn't be allowed a lot of places. That funerals like is one of them.
If it's a closed casket, like versus an open casket, like is one more appropriate to hit on someone?
No, I'd say they're about equal, probably. I would say they're about equal. And also, so when I first read this, I didn't see hit on. I saw it the second time I was looking. So I thought, like, is it okay to hit somebody at a funeral? And I was like, fuck yeah, it is. Absolutely. Given the circumstances and what this person has done, I think it's okay to punch somebody at a funeral. I can think of some dramatic, like, Days of Our Lives situation where somebody could deserve to be punched. I was like, absolutely to that. So hitting on someone, depends. Like, you can't be hitting on the widow. That's in like, that's like, I don't even know what type of move that is. That's a weird move. Like, you couldn't do that. Yeah, like then you're gonna be.
I think you could, well, if like you weren't like hooking up with her before.
That's what I'm saying. Then you'd be people like, oh, I wonder if he had something to do with it. Then you're like, you've been like, you can incriminate yourself if you hit on the wrong person at a funeral.
Right. But why is it to you like it's always a crime at a funeral? Like hit somebody because of what happened and
Yeah, well, no, well, it
incriminating
just
yourself?
says, is it okay for you
What if
to
it's
hit
just like
on
your
someone at a funeral? When I the first time I read it, it was like, is it okay for you to hit someone at a funeral? And I was instantly like, fuck yeah. Depending on what they've done, absolutely.
hit that thick booty?
Jesus. as,
um
as an
I
ass
think,
after.
to each, as long as it's consensual, whatever.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can't be creeping on people at a funeral. That's weird. That like
Like the crypt keeper.
yeah, he just like works there. He just hangs out. He sweeps at night. He sweeps.
Yeah, his own like dusty bones. uh, okay, so are we sure that it's not like more appropriate for an open casket versus a closed? Because what if it the no casket? What if it was a
I think it depends on like the type of funeral, like what like. I mean, not that funerals have themes. That sounds bad.
what if they're cremated?
But like depending
They're not
on
even there, bro.
well, I mean, if they're not even there and it's like a wake,
No, like cremation.
well, yeah. Oh, so it's just like a funeral, but there's no one, but like there's nothing there. Maybe there's the urn.
Yeah, there's the urn.
Yeah. Okay. So I mean, I guess
Then I think I think you have the green light there. If you that's right, y'all. If you get cremated, somebody might fuck at your wedding or funeral.
Jesus.
Or what's the difference? I don't know.
Yeah. No. I mean, I feel like that. I guess that would be more appropriate. I could see why. Like,
Yeah.
let it slide. It's just us in the urn here.
It's like,
It's all good. Get another drink. Because if there's like a wake or something, some people get hammered at wakes.
Oh, I know. I've been, yeah. And
So it just really depends.
I was very surprised on the people because of how the death had happened. It involved alcohol, and then everybody was like wasted, and I was like, "Whoa, this is fucking weird."
Yeah, some repressed shit.
Yeah, but I mean, but then I like that was when I was like probably like 12 or 13, and like looking back, I'm like, okay, I get it because it was so fucking sad, It's
Yeah,
like, I'm not gonna I'm not gonna judge anybody.
Yeah,
But,
definitely.
yeah. Okay. Yo, therapy question number 2. Joseph.
Yes, it's so loud.
That felt more like Oprah.
Yeah.
Can animals have morals?
Can animals have morals? Yeah. Why not? I'm sure like dolphins can know if another dolphin's doing some fucked up shit. Has to be so.
Yeah, but I mean, is it all like primitive? Like, what? I mean, I don't know, because you think about how like animals like behave with their like offspring or their family, right? Like, especially mammals, and and so that, but it's almost like instinctual, like to do that,
Well,
because you're trying to like keep the species going.
yeah, but I mean, bears are really protective. Like female bears are super protective of their cubs when they're out, like against other male bears, because those male bears can like eat their own, like go out and go kill other bears to like survive or go do fucked up shit. And I think that it's like that's a not cool bear that's out there murdering little bear cubs so they can eat, and like that mother bear is aware that bear is like shitty. So I think that there's got to be some sort of like right or wrong in this, and yes, but it would be in the sense of like an animal instinct type way or whatever their
Yeah, so now I
drive
just thought
is.
about it. Yeah, like so basically like some of our morals, or maybe all of them, because I haven't even thought about this until right now, for humans are like uh just instinctual stuff, like, protect the babies, and don't fuck over the tribe or whatever.
Yeah.
Because you have You have like
Those are the rules, y'all. Yeah.
a better chance of living if you're, getting along, right?
No, that's true, but those are two great rules. Yeah, so I guess it's there's an instinctual nature to it, but there's like some morality attached to it. Because you can think of like with penguins, when there's penguins, and I can't remember, there's some video where this one penguin like leaves this other dude penguin and hooks up with this other dude penguin, and they're doing their own thing, and it's like super sad.
Oh,
Yeah.
ban that book.
I think there's like a list of 850 books they're trying to ban.
Shit, dude, I can't wait for that bonfire.
How can you ban a book about banning and burning books?
Dude, small government. That's how. We don't want them getting involved. I think I think animals just do good things because but I don't think. Obviously, I don't think we're animals, dude.
Yeah,
what we do talking about.
Yeah, like I mean, animals can do fucked up shit. If there's some raccoon on rabies, other raccoons are gonna be like, "Whoa, bro, stay the fuck away from that guy. He's crazy."
That's true.
Right, and they're gonna avoid him. Like they're gonna be aware that this dude's like a loose cannon.
I saw this documentary about rats on Netflix. I think it's literally called Rats, and the rats will like have the weakest rat go in and test out, like if they think there's food but they're not sure because it might be rat poison. They have the weakest rat go in there and test it out, and then I mean, this is fucked up. I don't know why I'm laughing, but I mean, the rats. Sorry, Master Splinter. But then if he doesn't or she doesn't die, then they go in and like realize it's food, and so they go and eat it.
Damn, that's heavy.
Ruthless vatos.
They're like, all right, get up here. Oh man.
Go.
Geez, guys, really?
That's like Putin shit.
Yeah, that's so fucked up. That's so weird. Because if it's, that's the weakest one. But that's like, they're like prepping one to be weak.
Yeah. But isn't there somebody who like tests the president's food before he eats it?
Yeah, I think so.
So is that our weakest rat?
Yeah, but that guy's getting paid.
That's true.
If you pay me to be the weakest rat, I might do it.
Well, if that rat doesn't die, then it's the first one to get dibs on the food.
And then do you like how often do you get?
That's currency.
Although, man, that would have sucked if it was like you have that gig. I couldn't imagine. I mean, maybe for some people it would be a dream, but to be the food taster for Trump, it probably would have been like a
touch
nightmare.
And go.
I mean, like if you had that job, let's say like Obama appointed you,
you would need like 3 therapists,
and it's like a cush job. It's probably got like there's some contract attached to it where you go through and you're like, all right, man, this is it. Like I'm getting paid to eat for the rest of my life. Easiest
I'm in the
job,
White House.
The White House, easiest job I've ever had.
Best food,
free Metro card,
but
free everything. Yeah, free everything. But then you have to like eat like KFC with Trump or something. That would be just saying. Like awful. Like that would have been so rough, and you would have like
so many Diet Cokes.
Yeah, he would have been like spiraling like the whole time. You would have seen that would have been so interesting.
I didn't think about that. I thought you were thinking like just that Trump would be most likely to get poisoned, like of any of the presidents. And then, but think about being Putin. You have to eat Russian food for Putin's food taster, and there's poison just flying around the Kremlin at all times.
Yeah, but unless you said something to him, he's not gonna poison your food. Like you serve a purpose.
He's gonna be like, "Yo, dude, this guy told me that this food was good and it sucked. Yeah, I didn't even like it, so poison his fucking shit. Yeah, I'll get another person.
I'd rather be the poison taster for the poison master." Than to just be out there potentially to be poisoned by him, because Putin would be. But I bet you he's probably got.
Oh, I thought you meant like you'd rather be the taster than the master.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying like being the master's out of choice. If I'm gonna be like, oh, eat my food, see if there's poison in it, I'd rather do that for Putin than like be out there, and potentially just to be poisoned by him because he'd be the one that's poisoning everybody. So yeah, he'd regale you with like weird stories. He'd scare the shit out of you. Those would both be horrible, horrible dinners, and that would be such a turn from like having dinner with like the Obamas. Or having like right, even George Bush to Obama. Like even when you think about like style of food, you would have gone from like Bush era. So it's gonna be a lot of like barbecue and brisket and good shit like that, right? That's gonna be good shit. Then it's gonna swap over. You're gonna get Obama, like it's gonna be right. And Bush is gonna bring like Chicken Express. He's gonna bring a lot of things that people don't know about to the table that are Texas.
Well, dude, I could use some Chicken Express in my life.
Dude, it's so good. It's out of control. I'd stay away from it. I haven't had it in like 3 months, and I'm just trying to not eat Chicken Express.
I just found this barbecue place that's down the street, and
California barbecue.
No, it's a Thousand Oaks Meat Locker, and guess who used to go there? Ronald fucking Reagan, when he was riding around on his horse as an actor.
Okay.
And dude, it was like $12, and I got a chicken hind, as they called it, it's like a leg and a thigh, and then a giant beef rib, and then chili and macaroni salad. $12. I was like the
barbecue's cheap as fuck, man.
I know, but I thought it would be, out here it's just
Chicken Express is not though, because they sprinkle crack on it, and it's really good. And
crack is cheap. Dude.
They charge you for that. So just
holler at me offline if you need some.
Yeah, but and then you go into Obama, and it'd be like completely different food. You'd probably have some good pizzas. Chicago, you're gonna have some good soul food. Obama's gonna bring a lot of different food, and then Trump's gonna be like, all right, Kentucky Hut again.
Kentucky Hut only.
Everybody knows it's 3-in-1. It's got everything you need. Breadsticks,
extra crispy.
Wedges. It's got those little wedges, the orange ones. Everyone talks about them. They're so good. They're so much better than fries. You can't deny it. It's true.
I would eat the mashed potatoes, but I just want to drink the gravy.
And then I feel like the food would drop off. I feel like there'd be a food drop off. You go from some good Texas barbecue to some good like a black man in the White House. Like they got to be whipping something up.
Are we surprised that Trump tweeted as much as he did? Because of now I'm thinking like the food he ate, he's just probably always sitting on the toilet.
True.
Just tweeting a storm. In the words of Barack Obama, anybody can tweet. Sasha can tweet. I was like, bro, why are you comparing your daughter to Trump? Like, she's obviously smarter.
Yeah, that's true.
But I did think that was funny. I started laughing so hard. That was when he was campaigning for Biden.
Yeah.
Okay, y'all. Therapy question number 3. Joseph.
Yes.
If it was possible to bring species back from the dead, like a certain species, should we do it?
Probably not.
I agree.
There's so many instances where
I just don't want to fuck around like that,
The only thing you could make a case for is like bees. Like if bees were to disappear,
they're not gone.
Well, I know, but I'm saying if they were to be gone, then you could bring bees back. That I'm cool with. But if you bring anything that's been extinct past a certain time period, you don't know like what the fuck you're bringing back, man. Who knows? It could carry some parasite. It could have some disease. It could have something like that. It's just not worth it.
I agree. You're right. Like, because bees pollinate plants. And
we know what they do. Like, so if bees were to go extinct and there was some way to bring them back, fair enough. Or anything that we know that we've been alive for, that's documented and how it was beneficial, or what it did. Obviously you could bring back like the dodo bird, and you could bring back stuff like that, or you could bring back the Tasmanian tiger, that cool little like wolf tiger hound thing.
We do kind of fuck around a little bit though. Well, first of all, I was going to say
we do, but some things are past the point of no return where we can't bring them back.
Well, this is saying if we could, but
so you can only go back so far, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but so what's the timeline? We had to figure that out. But there was a bee, and it was like sitting on the rug in my on my balcony, and I was like, oh fuck, bee, because I'm usually scared of bees, but I also understand they're like dying like constantly. Yeah. So now I got more sympathy, but it was just like there, and I'm like shit, and I just like moved it with like the lighter. And then I went back out there like a couple hours later, and my dog was eating it. I was like, "Fuck."
Yeah, dogs will fuck with bees, man. Did it get
She,
stung?
well, I don't know because
Nah, you would know if she got stung.
I don't think so, dude. I've seen her run full speed into a sliding glass door, and my mom came out of the room and was like, she was like, "What the fuck? Sounded like a bomb went off." And she was just like acting fine. I was like, I don't think she's fine. Like, but she just doesn't let on like to. I mean, she's a beast, dude.
Yeah, Topanga used to do that. She would just get herself hurt, and I was like, "What are you doing? Why would you choose to do that?"
Well, the thing is, it was remember that screen that got broken at my parents' house.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That was not my dog. Somebody else did it. Um, but then they would close the sliding glass door, so she would think that she could run through the screen because they've kept it like open. They actually said it was the best thing ever because now their dog can just like run out to the backyard when they don't have to go open the door for it.
Yeah, that's if dogs aren't used to those, they can mess with them for
I know,
sure.
but I've had a
Yeah,
screen door in a balcony in all three of the places I've lived with her, and she's never once done that. It's only at my parents' house.
I guess it's because like you have a balcony, so the space is smaller, so she wants to like bolt outside, maybe.
I think it's more just she just knew that screen she could run through, and then, but then also they have a dog, so she's running after that dog usually. She's done this twice,
Okay,
ran into that sliding glass door, and I'm like, fuck.
but nah, man, we should not. Yeah,
Bring the species back.
no,
I know that's a slippery slope.
that's like some Jurassic Park shit. That's we've seen that. Nah, like I'm cool on that. If someone proposes that, we need to shoot that down like real quick.
Oh man, I was clowning my mom just to get your back because that's all you do is clown her with memes.
Really? What did I do this time?
Nah, I just went in the
I was
past.
like, was it the spaceship, the space shuttles
No,
with Jesus on them that were going to those? That was pretty
she
good.
doesn't. I don't think she follows you. It's just when I like
Repost though.
Yeah. But just about what happened with Roe v. Wade, and uh, I'm in the group text. It's my sister, my brother, and my mom, and then I was like, yeah, like, God seems really tight. Like, remember when he killed everybody or told Noah to just build a boat and bring all these like animals in there because he's going to kill everybody on earth? I was like, he's like, Noah's like shuffling in two penguins, two platypuses. She's like, you're so rude. I was like, he's just like a more effective Hitler.
That's horrible. That's absurd.
I'm just trying to say,
And she gets mad at me.
oh no, she was mad. She was like, "You're rude."
Quit trolling your mom.
I have to because it was like the best day of her life when Roe v. Wade got passed. I'm just like, this is dumb. And she goes, "Don't you have studying to do?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm in Bible study."
Yeah.
Okay, y'all. Let's move on to the current events. I'm sorry that I said what I said, but this, I'm the undisputed middleweight champion of the world. You want to start us off with the first current event?
Yeah. The FDA has banned jewels, and delivers a blow to big nicotine. I mean, I disagree with the big blow to big nicotine. I think that fucks with the companies. It's like it's a win for big tobacco. People have to smoke cigarettes. Some people are going to go back.
Well, no, because Altria, which owns like Philip Morris, like they own like Marlboro.
Yeah.
They bought Juul for like fucking $30 billion.
I have mine still.
No, I know. And full disclosure, I used to sell like on a macro scale Juul like hundreds, if not millions of dollars worth of it.
And because they also make packs, which is the cartridges, don't they? They make the weed. They have like the weed pens. They make a weed.
Nah, pack that was the same. So they sold packs before Juul, but we used to sell packs as well. And but yeah, it's like a weed vaporizer.
Yeah.
And it was the same venture capitalist group that sold that off, and then they got in on Jewel early, and they used to just like give it away to my company, or like for there's like, just get this out in the market. And I used to kid around, and I wasn't even actually selling it for the first like year. I was opening up new accounts, but a lot of it was based on, do you guys sell Jewel? And then I like, we would go into our like weekly meeting, like just my team, which is like, there was like 3 or 4 of us,
Yeah.
and I'd be like, "Yo, dude, like, I was like, we're gonna be on 60 Minutes like 10 years from now, like about like with our faces blacked out and our voices changed," and then be like, "Yeah, I, we we destroyed the country by selling tens of, if not $100 million worth of Jewel. Like we were selling it like crazy, and not to like individuals. We're selling it to stores, but all over the country, all 50 states and all territories, and we were like the biggest distributor. It was fucked up,
Yeah,
dude.
there's a lot
I've
of
never tried to.
there's a lot of places that are still selling them. You can still see them. They're all over the place. But they're supposed to stop selling them. But yeah, they got banned over the weekend. I guess it was Friday that this came down.
Well, usually they have a moratorium, if that's the right word, or like a grace period where you can get rid of the um, inventory that you've already bought. This because I was in that industry, and so like this would happen all the time, like uh, to different products and in different states, and so I think they like give them like, if this just passed, then you have like 3 months to get rid of your shit.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. There's so much, but they have been banned. So I mean, someone asked me like, "What are you gonna do?" It's like, I'm just gonna quit. I've wanted to quit, so I'm just not gonna get them anymore. It's pretty simple. Then I just won't. That's kind of the way it is.
So does it mean that every nicotine vape product is banned, or is it just Juul?
Well, just Juul for now, but they're gonna come for everyone else if they can ban Juul, which is the biggest. They have like a 70% of the market.
The one that, so we stopped selling Juul at that company that I worked at, because UPS and didn't want to ship it anymore, so we like preemptively stopped. And then I would get calls every day. Do you have Puff Bar? You got Puff Bar? Like every day, like 4 or 5 times a day, I would get a phone call asking if I had Puff Bars. So have you ever messed with that?
No, I know those were big in Denver. When I was in Denver, people had lots of Puff Bars. Those were pretty big. I think I've seen some kids that have worked for me that'll be rocking Puff Bars every once in a while.
Yeah, and like Jules stopped with like you got mango. I would get that call all the time, and I'm like, no.
Yeah, they got rid of all of them. They got rid of all the
But
flavors, tobacco and menthol.
yeah, but they would do it themselves so they wouldn't get in trouble with the FDA. But then Puff Bar comes out and was like, "Yeah, we got every fucking flavor."
They had like everything. They had the craziest stuff, like strawberry lemonade, watermelon. You're like, what?
This shit doesn't even make sense. It's like, yeah, peanut butter and chocolate.
Well, I
Like,
mean, I think at the end of the day, it'll be. I mean, we'll see what happens, because some people are gonna end up.
I guarantee you, the FDA gets sued and they don't have to get rid of it.
You think?
I've seen it so many fucking times. Like this shit where they're gonna take the nicotine out of cigarettes that they announced right before.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, I guarantee you that's not gonna happen. There's so much goddamn money and so many like Proud Boys out in Tobacco Road, out in North Carolina, and like the South, that I don't see it happening, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe that'd be cool, but I was thinking the same thing with the cigarettes. It's like, yeah, I probably just
Well, guess what? Menthols are gonna get.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah,
They're talking about being done away with menthols.
But then also just nicotine out of cigarettes is what they said, and they said that they predict like that most people will stop smoking cigarettes after 1 year once they reduce the nicotine level. But then the thing, it's like you still get all the bad shit from a cigarette. It's just less addictive. So
yeah,
it's like, okay, great.
There'll be a lot of cranky people, man.
I know.
Yeah, but I'm just gonna quit. I mean, that's my whole thing. Is I just feel like I'm just gonna quit, be done with it, be done with that part of my life. I don't need it, but
Yeah,
you know.
same. And also, I think like I'm kind of sporadic with my shit because I was drinking coffee every single day, and then like energy drinks as well for a couple years, and then one day I just stopped, and it wasn't like a conscious thought, and then I still haven't drank any caffeine for like 9 months, and it's not like it was a struggle.
No caffeine at all.
None, unless somebody gave me like a Red Bull vodka that I don't remember, but that's about it.
Yeah, I mean, I've been trying to not drink as many Red Bulls because I don't like coffee. I don't really drink soda, so I would rather have a Red Bull in the morning. But so I'm trying to not do that as much.
Yeah, I'm not hating on it.
Oh no, but I know it's not like necessarily good for me, so I'm just like, ugh. But it's like, when it becomes a routine, it becomes a habit, and then you get used to it, and then so it's like becomes a part of your process, and you just become so comfortable that it's hard to not have a drive to work. So it's like nice to listen to something and drink my cold Red Bull on my way to work. It like fills the time, and
No, I totally understand.
yeah. So
But
to not have that, I'm like, ugh, I have to drive.
it was so weird. I just didn't go one day, and then I just didn't go again, and I was not consciously thinking about it at all. And then I was like, damn, I haven't drank coffee in like 2 weeks, and then I was just like, just got over it. I don't know.
Yeah, I see. I never got into coffee. I never ever. I can have. I maybe have one every like 4 or 5 months.
Yeah, it's sad because I was in the rap group, Caffeine and Nicotine. I don't even know what to tell them.
Decaffeinated.
And denicotated.
Decaffeinated and Jewel. Yeah, be careful. And Jewel Pod. That's gonna be a new rap name. It's gonna be Jewel, Lil Jewel, dude. That's it.
Because there's Run the Jewels. Shout out.
Yeah, but it's different, and it's gonna be spelled Jewel like Jewel.
No, dude, they'll slap you with a lawsuit real quick.
Maybe if they exist.
No, they used to like there'd be like fake Jewel, and they would go around to these stores who are like my customers, like and ban them from selling Jewel ever again because they were selling like fake Jewel.
Like what? Fake pods and batteries and stuff.
Yeah.
How do they find out you're selling fake Jewel?
Because they had people go to your store. Like we had to give them a list of every customer that we sold Jewel to, and it was like thousands.
And they would go in and like audit them.
Yeah.
Damn.
Like I would have accounts I pull up that I would sell other things to, and it would be like Jewel banned in my like CRM. I'm like, okay.
Damn, that's wild.
Yeah, dude. They were like really. That's like some monopolistic behavior, but
it's like some Scientology shit.
But it's also kind of protecting your IP. Like, you don't want like people like getting like shitty product and then them thinking it was yours.
True, but still that's intense. That's just that's really being very proactive about it.
I know. And they bought a giant skyscraper in the middle of downtown San Francisco, so I wonder what's going to happen to that.
Yeah, that's true.
Uncle just slap his name on it.
Yeah, be a new hotel.
He's like, I hate San Francisco. It's a sanctuary city.
Dude, San Francisco is wild though.
It really is.
It's like
short that city.
It's nice, and then man, like walking around downtown San Francisco at night was just like wild, man. There's just so much shit going on, and then getting on BART and leaving to go go back to the other side and go back over Oakland was like the wildest thing ever, man. The craziest shit was being said all in the station. My mind was blown because it was like it's the same city but it was completely different. Do you I'm sure you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Like the Castro district is just like popping off at all times. But I mean, like full disclosure, LA is the same kind of way. And it's kind of like New York. It's like you snowflakes. It's like this is what it is.
Yeah, it's wild, man. I saw some crazy shit.
I've seen in past couple years I've seen the craziest shit in my life.
Yeah. in downtown San Fran, and especially like when it's nighttime. When it goes from day to night, it gets like super rowdy everywhere.
Yeah,
So
when
it's
I
like,
was with the ex, I exclusively would walk the dog at night, and we were like in the burbs, but it was like so it's called Ventura County, and we were living in Ventura downtown.
mm-hmm.
So it was like the main city, but yeah, I it was so sketchy there that I'd be the only one to walk the dog at night, and I would just see crazy shit. And then I moved to LA, and I was like, God damn.
Yeah, LA's. I've seen, but it's so much bigger. Like, well, San Francisco's not small, but like the burbs, I mean, to get outside of that area, it's like you got a good little stretch. You got to like trek out to or whatever. But yeah, it was the shit. I mean, I watched like people like this woman almost start a fight with this other woman, having this shouting match. And it was just like, I'm from San Francisco, bitch. I was like, oh my God, what the fuck is going on? And I was like having issues.
Were you like trying to like hit on one of them or something?
No, I was just walking.
Did you?
No, I didn't look.
Are they seeing anybody?
I feel like you don't want to make eye contact in those situations unless you're gonna like intervene. And they were walking away from each other, but she just kept shouting. I was like, all right, man, I gotta get the fuck out of here. I gotta get on this train, man. I gotta get on this train.
You didn't holler at her?
No, it wasn't my type. She was definitely like a downtown San Francisco native. She was a night native.
You wouldn't let her hook up with you and then punch you in the face?
No, I think that now could she have been a lady of the night? Maybe she could have been, but it was really intense. And this other lady looked absolutely petrified and was just trying to like scurry off. I was like, what is going on? It was, because I went down to like the boardwalk, saw like the seals or the, you know what I'm saying? And
the seals?
Sea lions. Is that what they are? The sea lions? The big wharf?
Just don't get that wrong, bro.
The big wharf, yeah. So I went out there and like...
Put some respect on one of those names.
All right, sorry, man. And so I went and checked. I was down in that area, so I was taking BART back from that part of downtown San Francisco.
Did you know that a sea lion has every like mating season, which is like every year sometime, I don't know what day it is or month or whatever,
one day
maybe. No, they're too fat to just do it in one day. No, they have a harem, as they call it, of females. So it's one dude and it's like fucking 20 female sea lions, and he just like bangs them all like a pervert.
That's pretty rowdy.
I know. I was like, I could have gone the rest of my life without knowing that. So now I just put that trauma for me onto you and the audience.
Thanks. And now next time I see that, I'm going to be so uncomfortable.
Fact check me.
Yeah. No, I'm not. I don't want to.
Google it.
I believe you.
All right. You want to go on to the second of the third?
Yeah. I wanted to really get your opinion on this one. So it's about Spotify. Spotify's $1 billion bet on podcasting has yet to pay off. Joe Rogan, Bill Simmons, Call Her Daddy haven't fixed the business. Which is funny because I never listened to podcasts on Spotify. Ever.
Oh, bro. Easy.
Well, no, I'm just saying, like, what
I bought Spotify stock, and then I made a point, and Spotify was the first fucking thing I ever bought, my subscription, when I got a big boy paycheck like 7 years ago. Literally the first thing I bought, and I was like, and then once I forget why, but I was just like, let me exclusively listen to podcasts on Spotify. I don't know why I never didn't, but the reason why it hasn't paid off is because they haven't paid us.
That's what I was gonna say. I was like, yeah, well, because Call Her Daddies had their own like eternal conflicts and stuff, right? From what like I don't really listen to it.
I mean, I do.
Did you just freeze?
Am I frozen?
Oh, you're back. Oh,
I didn't freeze on my end.
Oh, but, no, okay. I don't know what happened.
Okay, but no, what I was going to say is I've never like read anything about if it was doing well or not. However, it listening to it, it did feel like there was some sort of like she was getting shit like for maybe not bringing the as many numbers as they thought she would, Alexander Cooper. And so they've like switched things up, like, and like they started doing video podcasts, but that's broadcast on Spotify. And then it feels like I think it might be going like better than it was initially.
Okay.
Expectations were really high. I mean, Billy Simmons, like that's the first podcast I ever listened to, you know, and
Well,
I listen to it every day, or not every day, like twice a week, whatever, however many times he posts it. And so just having that like brand like on Spotify, I think is worth it. It's like you're buying that IP, you know, to say it again. And then also think about like Uber's never made a fucking dollar. Tesla, you know, doesn't make any money. And so it's like they just like Call Her Daddy, Alexander Cooper got paid $60 million the day that we recorded episode 1 of this podcast. So it's been a year, you know, like, and then Bill Simmons, I think, was either right before that or right after that. So it's like
they have like exclusive deals with like the Obamas, Kim Kardashian, Prince Harry, Meghan Markle. So I understand what they're doing, but I feel
they're buying up the talent and then just give them some time.
Well, what you would be afraid of is that they would do that, but then they take like a Netflix route.
Well, I actually heard, and not a financial advisor, rumblings that Spotify and Netflix might merge.
I could see that.
I know, that'd be cool.
That'd be a big ass company.
I know.
That'd be huge.
But they do two different things, so I think that it could get past the antitrust laws.
Yeah, I mean, what would they rebrand? What would their name be?
Netify? No.
Flixify.
Spotflix.
Spotflix. That's pretty
That's
good.
Not bad.
That's not bad. Okay. Better copyright that, man.
This is copyrighted.
Well,
you know who copyrights this? Spotify. I'm not kidding.
Oh, I'm sure.
That's our parent company that doesn't pay us.
That's just a lot. They just spend a lot. Stock price slipped 72% from its February 2021 peak.
Oh, I know. I got out like luckily ahead of time.
Yeah.
I liquidated because I just kind of saw this shit coming. But I was in deep. It was like $240 a share. Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, it's saying because they host over 4 million podcasts and they want to host millions more.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Should we just my guru Prof G, he took his podcast off of Spotify and only does it on Apple Podcasts because of the Joe Rogan shit.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he listens to our podcast and he's just like, yeah, dude, you're right. Until he fights you in the cage, that chimpanzee, I'm not going to be on Spotify.
I would watch that, but I don't know, man. I would watch you fight Joe Rogan. That'd be Joey Bag of Donuts.
Yeah, Jesus.
Sorry, man. I forgot. I'm sorry.
Okay,
but see, I never got into Call Her Daddy. I used to listen to some podcasts on there, but then I have like another app that seemed like easier, and I liked the layout for it more. So I'll check it out because I have a Spotify account, so it's not like I don't have Spotify. But
yeah, I mean, Spotify's the shit. It's one of my favorite companies. But I just knew that the pressure, because the stock went up after I bought it, but then I was like, dude, this is
crazy.
This is a little risky. Like, how much more could it go up? Like, in this climate. So let me get this money out of here real quick, which doesn't, make me not like the company. I just saw where the market was going.
Yeah, no, yeah.
But if they do a merger with Netflix, they could do some pretty cool shit. They'd have a lot of like really smart people and then a lot of customers. So
yeah, they'd have a large customer base.
Yeah. Okay, Joseph. Topic number 3 and our final topic. You used to tell me not to say the A word around here. I didn't even know what the A word was, but do you want to kick us off?
The A word. What's
Yeah,
what's the A word?
women's healthcare.
Oh, yeah, a woman. You can call it a woman's right to choose, because But yeah,
We just call it
well,
healthcare. We don't even have to
like
call it women's.
like any smart person who could see the writing on the wall for the past well, I mean, shit, like 20 years. The people have been talking about it for forever, but especially in the past like 8 to 10 years, have paid attention. You would have seen it coming that they were going to overturn Roe v. Wade, which did happen. Clarence Thomas, the huge piece of shit Supreme Court justice, who looks like a fat turtle without a shell.
Would you hook up with him?
Dude, I can't stand him so much. He's such a pos. Like, I'm so it's really frustrating. Well, they overturned it. um I've listened to so many stupid different takes on people trying to justify it. I mean, I think we feel kind of the same, but if you're super pro taking other people's rights away over their body, you're dumb. It makes no sense. It's so frustrating. The guise of this religious self-righteousness is driving me insane. What other people do isn't going to affect you, isn't going to send you to hell because somebody else is living their life. Now they're talking about trying to go after gay marriage and a bunch of other things. Contraception. Someone was talking about, what was it? John Cornyn of Texas, that asshat, was talking about how we should try to overturn Plessy versus Ferguson and Brown versus the Board of Education. In a response to Barack Obama's tweet about Roe v. Wade, he talked about that the Supreme Court should try to overturn Plessy versus Ferguson and Brown versus the Board of Education. That is absolutely ludicrous.
And this is the guy that McConnell deputized to work on gun legislation, as a Republican.
Yeah, and
It was like, oh, God.
What do you like? Yeah, let's, dude. It's so stupid. The Supreme Court is obviously so crooked and so slanted. There's a jacked seat, two flimsy ass bullshit appointees that we have. Oh, sorry, there's three bullshit appointees. One of them is from a seat that was hijacked that they wouldn't let Obama fill, which is bullshit. This religious Christian nation movement that's going on right now. And look, man, if you want to be religious, that's totally fine. Like, live your best life. I don't give a shit. Like, but don't project your morals on other people and sit here and try to take other people's rights away because you don't agree with their lifestyle. If they're not doing something that's directly affecting you or negatively impacting you or hurting you in some way or someone else, fuck off. Like, fuck off. It is so stupid. It's so...
Yeah, I'm like...
Sorry, I went on a tangent there.
No, I know, it's fine. This is worthy of that. Sam Alito is the one who wrote the majority opinion. So let's not leave him out of this, let's shame him too. However,
yeah, there's been people that have been sitting. That's what I'm saying is there's people that have been sitting there, and when they were a clerk for a Supreme Court justice like 30 years ago, that Supreme Court justice is like, one of these days we need to overturn Roe v. Wade because these women have too much say, and they've literally been acting like this is like some passed down from generation to generation like hate heirloom that these asshats have but they've actively been passing this baton.
This is the thing, though. It's like, okay, so my dad told me, like, back when I was a kid, that the whole abortion thing by Republicans was all bullshit. They're just using it for political purposes. They don't actually want to do it. And then the problem is, though, that when you repeat that like mantra for so long, the people who actually believe it are going to get into office or get on the bench of the Supreme Court. And so I was thinking, I was like, why do these judges, these Republican appointed judges give a fuck? Like, if they're on the political whims of the Senate or, whatever, their culture. because they have a lifetime appointment. I'd be like so brazen if I was like a Supreme Court justice. Like, yeah, you can't fucking fire me. I'll do whatever the fuck I want.
Well, that's what's it's yeah.
So why do they like feel pressure like from the right to like do shit like this? And then I
Well, that's
realize
because they got because some of
they
them.
actually believe it.
Well, they actually believe it. That's what I'm saying. Is they're not allowing their religious beliefs. That's what I'm saying. Is you could be like a crooked judge, or you could make a bad decision, or want to punish somebody, or actively give somebody a harsher punishment or sentence than you would want to, or than you should, because like you have a personal vendetta. So some of these people, like though a woman's right to choose is like a personal vendetta. They have a serious issue with people being able to do that, or women even having that option. Like it affects them directly in some fucking way, and that's what doesn't make sense to me. Like it doesn't have anything to do with you. Like fuck,
Yeah.
like
Also,
fuck
also
off.
not okay. So there's 6 Catholics on the out of the 9 judges on the Supreme Court, and as far as I know, abortion not once mentioned in the Bible. Don't understand why it's even an issue with Catholics. And now we got Roe v. Wade overturned because there's 6 fucking Catholics on the goddamn Supreme Court, and the Catholic Church has just been over and over, anti-abortion, anti-abortion. It's like, no, bro. It's like y'all don't. We said it before. Y'all don't care about kids once they're born, but you care about fetuses, like to the point where it's gonna like just like literally kill people because they are gonna get some botched abortion because they're still gonna go try to do it. Like that's just a fact.
There's a woman, she was being interviewed about how like they had to cancel like 600 abortions. Like she had spent like a whole day or calling women and having to cancel their appointments like the very next day, like or the day of, like calling out and reaching out to people and having to cancel them. And some of them are like, some people were getting flying out of state. I mean, the Pentagon basically said, fuck you, we're going to do whatever we want. We're going to provide whatever we need to provide to women. So the Pentagon came out. When the Pentagon is against you, that's not necessarily a good thing.
No, that's not good for like it's not even good for the
I
country.
mean, and essentially at this point, they're coming out with this ruling, and all these medical professionals are all telling them to go fuck themselves. Like it's completely detached from society. And then they also, not to get too off topic, but then they also overturned that gun law, or they said that the gun laws in New York were unconstitutional. And like that's such a crazy. That's like, what are they going to say, that other states' gun laws are unconstitutional? Like you're like,
Yeah, yeah.
like they're going to be like, okay, well, Chicago can't ban guns like that. That's not cool, and you can't do that, Chicago. Like, but then,
But we'll talk about the Chicago violence on Fox News every single hour on the hour.
and we won't talk about how those majority of those guns come from like 6 surrounding states and are driven
Exactly.
in, that are sold at an open,
Indiana.
that are sold at like an open gun market where there's no background check. Where they didn't have to talk to anybody to walk out with that firearm, and no one knows they have it. And it's like, for some of them, it's like, oh, like, yeah. I mean, well, I'm just like, it's just so frustrating because like if you can't see how these things all connect and how like detached from reality it is, and there's some people who don't. Like that's what's been surprising, is a lot of the people who are super pro overturning Roe v. Wade have been super fucking quiet for the most part. They haven't really said anything about it because they know that they're not in the majority, and they feel like they got some little shitty victory over people, but all they did was take somebody else's rights away, and it's
Not
like,
somebody else's, like half of the population.
well, no, but I mean, even if it's to themselves, because I know some people who are like, well, think that contraceptives is one thing. I was like, what do you think they're going to be coming for next? What do you think they're going to like? They're going to say it started at fertilization, and then it's going to be anything that stops that baby from anything happening post you having sex is going to be deemed as against the law, depending on the state.
It's so weird because like these Republican politicians are the grimiest motherfuckers ever. So like, wouldn't you think that they would like prefer like contraception so they're not having like baby mamas and like getting voted out of office to like by the Christian right that they like jerk off like that, then they don't even care
Yeah, but they
about
all
like.
do that fucked up shit anyway. So that's the whole. I mean, it doesn't matter.
Do you think they have like secret like stash of condoms if they get rid of them? I mean, they are going to have access to abortion. Like if you're rich and white, like for sure.
Well, it's like we're literally like you want to talk about dividing the country. States are gonna the way these states are gonna be changing their laws. I mean, like we've talked about before, there's all these trigger laws in place
Yeah.
that were like the moment that happened. It's already banned in Missouri, Louisiana. There's some
Not
states.
Louisiana judge just put a block on it.
Oh, okay. I didn't see that. I didn't see that.
Yeah,
Well,
and
I
then
just know that they had
also
trigger laws.
real quick, just to be sensitive, there was the Amtrak that derailed in Missouri today, and a shit ton of people got hurt and killed.
Damn.
So I want to be sensitive to Missouri, even though fuck your trigger law. But
well, yeah, I think that's the whole point. Is I'm shout out Missouri, and that's actually really sad. I didn't know about.
I know.
I didn't know about that at all.
It happened like right before we started recording.
Oh damn! Anytime I've ever seen anything like that, those are always really, really bad.
Yeah,
it's like one of my phobias about being on like trains and stuff like that. But the fact that some of these states had these laws in place that were ready and waiting, and they'd been on the books, some of them since the early 2000s, where they've just been waiting, and that's why some of these judges, they never said anything. I mean, Scalia was kind of a piece of shit, but Scalia wasn't into overturning Roe v. Wade. He didn't actively. They didn't have like the numbers. So there's some people who have wanted to do this. Clarence Thomas has probably wanted to do this since like he was trying to be appointed, and women were
since he was a fetus.
And people were accusing him of SA, and he was trying to get his Supreme Court seat. I'm sure he's been pro women choosing, and I'm sure he had a say in whatever type of schemy shit he was doing. But sorry, it's accusatory, but I hate this guy.
Allegedly, just say
allegedly. But I would say that, like there's always an extra set of rules for some of these people. They've always not necessarily done what they should be doing when it comes to like, all these accusations or things come out where it's like, so-and-so's had like 2 abortions, or there was this whole thing on Twitter where after this came out where they were talking about that some daughter of political figures have like who are pro overturning Roe v. Wade had exercised their right to choose as well. So I mean, they're coming after that. They're going the opposite direction in some gun laws. They're actively talking about looking at gay marriage and these other issues that and some of these judges testified and were questioned and said that they thought Roe was settled law and that there was no point in trying to overturn it or even relook at the issue. And then so they all lied whenever they were trying to get appointed in the first place. There's videos of them saying this. So it's just like brazen, blatant, in your face lying to us, and then changing
like a broadcasted live congressional hearing. Kavanaugh's like, no, it's settled. Like, it's of course it's just like it's settled. And then what's her name? Amy Coney
Barrett.
Yeah, we already knew she was fucking crazy.
She's so stupid. She is so dumb. Like, I mean, and I get it. Like, they're lawyers and they have all these degrees and stuff, but they're just so detached from reality. Like,
I know
she's so kind of weird. Like, it's so kind of
like Ginny Thomas. Like you were saying that she was raised in a cult. The kind of Catholicism that Amy, the Supreme Court justice, grew up in was like really cultish more than just the Catholic Church in general, which cultish.
Well, and that's it. It's like they're trying to give us this super Christian like ideology. They're using their religion to change laws and that affect people from different religions who don't necessarily believe in the same things. It's fuck that, man. Fuck this shit. Like, Texas is fucking bat wild crazy right now, and now like they were talking about at last episode at the RNC where they're talking about getting rid of gay marriage. That's at the Texas RNC, and then we just have a Supreme Court justice actively talking about trying to do the same thing. It's wild.
Yeah, no, I agree. Okay, do you want to end with something positive?
Yeah, I mean, well, yeah, but no. I mean, I'd say that going out and voting is important. I know people are going out and protesting, so if you're going to do that, voice your opinion on it. Just be smart, be safe. There's more people carrying guns than ever. You don't need to be agitating anyone or getting yourself arrested or hurting someone or getting yourself hurt. So if you're going to do anything like that, by all means do your thing, but don't do anything too crazy. And like I said, don't get yourself hurt. I think that we are resilient as a people. And I think that, this isn't what we're seeing happen isn't necessarily a representation of all of us or what we all want. And I think that, I think we've talked about it before, where how you overcome life's obstacles like truly defines your character, not the obstacles that life puts in front of you. So I think that we can learn a lot about ourselves. And I think that if we approach this correctly and decide, that enough's enough in a lot of ways, and that we don't want to do this. We have to all actively get out and vote. We have to hold the people that we vote for accountable, so they don't just talk about codifying Roe or doing all of these other things and protecting these rights that people are actively taking away from us. They need to do it. Otherwise, we don't fucking have them in office anymore. Fuck Greg Abbott. Hopefully Beto wins. I think Beto's got it. I mean, stuff like this doesn't help their case. That's why these things affect so many other people. And if you do your research and you look at the direction that some of this stuff is heading, they're about 1 or 2 steps away from doing something that's going to affect you negatively in some sort of way. If they come for contraceptives, if they get rid of IUDs or the birth control pills or Plan B, take all of that stuff off the market, and take these options away from women. I don't think that's the right decision. Women have worked too hard to have these rights, and these rights that they've deserved from the beginning, that they weren't given from the beginning, despite what some bullshit history teacher might try to tell you. Women were subjected to some of the worst treatment in this country, and to see our legislative and judicial and executive branches taking steps to either drag their feet and not do bullshit about it, to protect these rights for women, or are actively trying to take them away, is disheartening. And hopefully we can just overcome it. So we got to band together, be tough, and overcome this shit, So I'm getting preachy. I'm just super pissed. It's so frustrating. I've been talking about this for years and telling people that this was the direction. And they were like, man, you're just glorifying something and you're fighting for something that no one's coming for. And then it's well, now I was right. That's what they were actively doing. They mold you to sleep with it so that whenever they did it, you didn't realize it was happening until it was too late, or that it affected you until it was too late.
Exactly. Yeah. They try to wear you down. It's just
So ride a bike, go watch a funny movie, be positive and be supportive. And guys out there, if you're supportive of it being overturned, I do not understand your logic. Feel free to tweet me and explain it. I'll be nice and we can have a chit chat about it. I don't understand it. But tweet me and I won't be nice. Discourse is good, but you know what I mean? But I mean, for all
Jesus F baby.
But you know what I'm saying?
Jesus F baby.
There's a lot of women out there who are hurting right now, who are going through something that we could never understand. So I just say be sympathetic to that plight and be there for, women in your life. You might hear stories that you never knew about. Your mom might tell you a story that you never knew. You never know. Those things affect people, and people have made decisions, and, some of us are here because of those decisions. So just, make sure that you are sympathetic to the plight and be there for them right now. Cause they need you, man. It's tough. They're going through some shit, and rightfully so. It's fucked up. It's super fucked up. And if every single man had to get a vasectomy, if you weren't married, that wouldn't fly. So it's bullshit. We all need to put our foot down and be over it. I'm done ranting.
All right. And Joseph's gonna say his
No, I'm
phrase.
not. I'm not.
I'm not.
I'm gonna say a different phrase at the end.
Don't go fuck yourself if you're in a red state.
No, just, be nice to each other, leave each other the fuck alone, and be supportive. And, everybody's deserving of time and happiness and support. So don't be a shithead. Be nice to somebody. If you're a dick all the time, I'm a dick selectively. I'm a dick when I drive. I'm a dick a couple times a day. Other than that, I try to be supportive. So just love each other, and God, fuck, just bah.
With that undefeated record, the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. Shout out.
All right. Later, man. Y'all be good. We'll see you next week. Stay safe.